Hey everyone, what is going on, and welcome back to today's video. In today's video, it is Sunday, so we're jumping back into another operator guide. Now, in today's operator guide, as you guys can see from the title, we're going to be going over Thermite. Thermite won easily in the last episode with 84 likes on him, 35 likes on Smoke, and 24 likes on Twitch. So Thermite was the clear winner, and that's what we're going to be bringing to you with today's video. Now, before we dive into this video, we have to get over the stuff for next week's video planned. So we're going to be going over the 3 operators that are going to be put into the vote for next week. So these operators are going to be Maestro, Vigil, and Lion. And if you don't know how the voting system works, you go to the comment section down below, and there's going to be 3 votes from me. All of them are going to be liked. They're going to be the only things liked in the comment section. And if you guys want to vote, you just put a like down on the comment of mine that you want to see for next week's video. So you guys will see when you go down to the comments, there will be comments liked, and then just like the one you want to see for next week. And also just a little reminder that I do stream on my Twitch every day at 7:15 PM Australian Eastern Standard Time. And if you guys are interested in checking that out, make sure to go click the link down in the description. Now let's jump into it. So as always, we're going to be starting off with the weapon review, then we're going to be going into gadget utilization, and then we're going to be finishing off with operator strategies. So Thermite's main primary weapon, which is the 5.56 XI, is a hard-hitting assault rifle that does 47 damage on 690 rounds per minute. This gun is actually really good, and when you think about it, you can definitely pair this up with the exothermic charge very well. This gun just hits pretty hard. Its recoil isn't that difficult. It kind of sways to the left a little bit when you are practicing your recoil, but that is about it. And just all in all, this gun is really good. The damage, the consistency, the recoil, all of it's really good, and it makes up for a great assault rifle to pair with Thermite. And in terms of loadout recommendations, I definitely recommend you bring this gun over the shotgun, because the shotgun doesn't really have much use in an attacking format, because when you're attacking, obviously you want to play range most of the time, and there's little to no instances where close range is really required, and if it is required, the assault rifle can still do the job. And speaking of the shotgun, his second primary weapon is the M1014 shotgun. This shotgun hits pretty hard. It is a semi-automatic shotgun that does 34 damage a shot, which isn't that good when you think about it, but the rate of this thing is pretty good, which kind of makes up for its slower damage. This shotgun is very good for wall banging and floor banging specifically, which is why it's actually useful when you're playing him on someone like Pulse. But I believe in Thermite's instant, you should definitely play the range game. It works way better with the ability, and it works way better with just the all-round strategy that Thermite players are meant to bring to the team. And diving into his secondaries, he has the M45 Musok and the 5.7 USG. Both of these are pretty good handguns, the 5.7 having 42 damage and the Musok having 58. Both of these damage are definitely heavy hitting. The Musok obviously does more damage, and when it comes to pistol, it's just about your trigger finger really. So I definitely recommend you bring the Musok just because it has more damage if you are in need of that pistol situation. But the 5.7 is still a decent pistol, and definitely don't rule it out, but I mean, there's a clear evident one that you should bring due to its damage. And in forms of gadgets, Thermite has access to a claymore or a flashbang. In all honesty, this is just personal preference on what you want to bring in terms of Thermite, because with Thermite, obviously you want a hard breach, and the problem with hard breaching, especially when it's from outside, is getting run out on. So the claymore can really help you in this instance, but when you open that hard breach, you may want to use flashbangs to flashbang out the objective. So it really depends on how many people you're playing with, how much communication you have on whether you want to bring a claymore or a flashbang, but it's really up to you, and I'll just let you guys decide that one. But as I just said, my recommendation would be, if you don't want to get run out, bring a claymore, and if you want to push hard after you put that claymore down, bring flashbang. Now that the weapons are over with, we now have the gadget utilization. Now, as most of you guys know, Thermite has access to the exothermic charge, which is a thing that can completely breach a reinforced wall. Makes a massive hole in a reinforced wall as long as it's not countered by a bandit or a Cade, and it just completely opens up new access and new line of sights to you through reinforcements that the defenders put down to try and counter you from looking through there, but Thermite is a complete counter to that. Now, as most of you guys know, Thermite is a very good operator, and he's a highly picked operator in higher ranks. He brings a lot of utilization to the team, and he's one of the #1 support operators you can pick on attack, just in terms of just playing hard breach and just getting into objectives. He can also be very useful when you are playing with hatches, and he can get hatches as well, which are also reinforced or non-reinforced. He also works on soft walls, obviously, but both of these things just make Thermite very useful. Now, Thermite's dream team partner is Thatcher, and Thermite is very useless without Thatcher in most instances, because if you're playing against a semi-decent team, they will understand it, and in certain objectives you need to play electricity, such as Bandit or Cade. A prime example would be the Consulate Garage. A lot of people like to open that. It is very essential to winning that objective, or giving you a better chance of winning that objective. I'm not going to say winning. And Thatcher kind of just helps control that a lot, having the ability to get rid of electricity and open that wall easier. Obviously, there are alternatives that can be helpful without Thatcher. Obviously, Twitch, and even any operator. If you want to go above on Garage, you can go into Piano Room and you can destroy the floor and you can shoot the bandits from above. But obviously, Thatcher is just the more simplistic and more helpful pick, because Thatcher especially helps against bandit tricking, because he can get rid of bandits. If you throw them at the right time, you can actually destroy a bandit before it electrifies. You have like a small gap. It's very difficult to get, but you can do it. And yeah, does Thatcher Thermite a completely thing, but we're here to talk about Thermite. So exothermic charge is a very useful thing, and so I'm just going to give you guys some examples of where Thermite can be useful. Snowmobile garage objective on Chalet. If you are pushing the basement on Oregon and you come through construction, that wall on the left on the rework. In the upstairs objective on Consulate, when you are pushing Skylight Square, and you can open that wall pushing right into objective from Square. And that's just a few examples I have for you guys. If you guys would like me to make a Thermite video, make sure to let me know down below. I'm definitely willing to make that, just like I'm willing to make a mirror video like I was last time, but no one really wanted it, that I saw in the comments. Obviously, some people might want it, and I'm definitely down to make more tips and tricks videos for you guys, because you guys seem to like them. Thermite charge, or the exothermic charge, as known by the R6 operators, is a really good thing, and if you guys can use it right and pair it with a communicating team, it can be very useful. And just before we jump into the next section, when we are going over communicating team, I'd just like to recommend to you guys that I do have a Discord. The link is in the description. And if you guys are looking for a team, my Discord isn't the most active thing, but it may give you a chance at finding at least one squad mate. So if you guys are interested in trying to join the Discord and find some teammates, the link's in the description, and it will bring you to the Discord, and there's a squad up section in there where you can find some teammates if people are online. No promises though. Now that we are done with the gadget utilization, we can now dive into the operator strategies. Now obviously there is one thing that Thermite is made for, and that is support. I don't believe Thermite is a fragging operator. He has potential to be a fragging operator with his weapon, but his gadget is just too essential to go to waste if you were to frag with him instead. I personally believe you should definitely bring him for support, especially in competitive play, just because you need that Thermite charge. Unless you bring a Habana, who is just a nowhere near as good opposite to Thermite. I just believe Thermite is very essential if you are needing him for hard breaching, and he is definitely the superior to Habana in just terms of usefulness. Don't get me wrong though, Habana's still good. She is much better for hatch play, but Thermite is definitely better for opening walls, just because it opens bigger holes and it's much easier to get off without getting tricked. But yeah, you should definitely play Thermite as a support operator. You need to get those hard breach walls open, and you need to get them open just efficiently and without hassle. Like obviously if there's a good bandit tricker on the other team, he's going to be countering you and it's going to get annoying. But you guys have to work around that, work with your team, and try and get that done. Honestly, if you're solo queuing, I don't recommend Thermite as an operator, because most of the time in ranked, people are going to bring electricity, and you can't really run a Thermite without communication from a Thatcher, especially if they're tricking. If they just put them down, it's potential to shoot them, but obviously you may have to go upstairs to do that yourself. Just the lack of communication can really disadvantage you in that situation, and I recommend you guys can get a team, at least get one teammate to work with a Thatcher, and Thermite will be 10 times more useful. But I definitely recommend you guys play Thermite as much as you can, because he is very useful, and you definitely shouldn't forget about him at all. He can be very handy on basically every objective. Some objectives don't need him as much as others, but he can still be very useful if you guys want to bring him in those certain situations. Every objective has reinforced walls, so Thermite is just there to blow them up. So it doesn't matter what objective you play. If you would like to be a Thermite main, he will always be useful, but I'm just saying on certain objectives he is 10 times more useful, especially when it's like relied on to get that wall open with Thermite. But you should definitely play Thermite as a support operator. I don't know if I'm even talking about that anymore, but Thermite needs to be a support operator. You need to bring him, especially on certain objectives like I outlined previously, and that's just the best way to play Thermite, and that's what I recommend to you guys. But other than that, that's about all I have to say about Thermite. I feel like this is a little bit shorter than my usual guides, but I don't really have much to say. He's a fairly straightforward operator, but he is definitely useful and one of the most utility efficient operators in this game. And I hope this video helped you guys in some way or form to play a better Thermite, and hopefully maybe get some teammates. But yeah, make sure to go to the comment section down below if you haven't already to vote for Vigil, Maestro, or Lion. And also make sure to go check out my Twitch channel and my second channel. Links are in the description if you guys are interested in either of those. And yeah, I hope this video helped you guys in some way or form. I know I've said this already, but I'm just reinforcing. I hope this helped. And other than that, I hope you guys also enjoyed this video. Make sure to drop a like and subscription if you are new, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace. Control.